In the whimsical world of Wonderland, nothing is quite as it seems. Flowers talk, cats disappear, and fearsome beasts lurk in the tulgey wood. The Jabberwock is one such creature. It's a monster born from the mind of Lewis Carroll, a beast that defies description and logic alike. The Jabberwock first appeared in Through the Looking Glass and What Alice Found There. It wasn't in the original Alice's Adventures in Wonderland, but it's become synonymous with Alice's journey. The creature is introduced in a poem filled with made-up words and nonsensical phrases. It's a perfect fit for Wonderland's topsy-turvy nature. The Jabberwock is described as having jaws that bite and claws that catch. It has eyes of flame and makes a burbling sound. The poem Jabberwocky is more than just nonsense verse. It's a masterpiece of linguistic play, a true testament to the creativity of Lewis Carroll. Every line is packed with meaning, even if it seems nonsensical at first glance. Hidden beneath layers of made-up words, there lies a deeper narrative. The poem tells a hero's tale, a journey of bravery and adventure. A young man sets out to slay a fearsome beast. It's a classic story of good versus evil, but told in a way that's anything but traditional, filled with whimsy and imagination. Carroll's invented words are carefully crafted, each one adding to the poem's unique charm. They sound like real words, but they mean nothing. Or do they? Brillig might mean twilight, a time of day filled with mystery. Slithy could be a mix of slimy and lithe, evoking a sense of something both graceful and grotesque. These words force the reader to engage, to think deeply about their possible meanings, to create meaning where there is none, to find sense in the seemingly senseless. It's a puzzle, a game, a playful challenge to our understanding of language, a challenge to our understanding of language itself, pushing the boundaries of what words can be. The Jabberwock itself is a symbol of the absurd, a creature born from the depths of imagination. It's a creature that shouldn't exist, yet it does in the world of the poem. But in Wonderland it does. It thrives in the illogical and the fantastical. It represents the illogical nature of the world Alice finds herself in, a place where the impossible becomes possible. Alice's journey through Wonderland is one of self-discovery. She starts as a curious but timid girl. She's confused by the world around her. She struggles to make sense of it all. But as she progresses, she grows. Not just in size, but in confidence and understanding. Each character Alice meets presents a new challenge. The Mad Hatter tests her patience. The Cheshire Cat challenges her perception of reality. The Queen of Hearts forces her to stand up for herself. With each encounter, Alice learns something new about herself, about the world, about what she's capable of. The Jabberwock represents Alice's ultimate test. It's the culmination of everything she's learned. To face the Jabberwock, Alice must draw on all her experiences. In the Jabberwocky poem, the hero slays the beast with a vorpal sword. This weapon is never fully described. Like much in Carroll's work, it's left to the imagination. But its importance is clear. It's the key to defeating the Jabberwock. In Alice's story, this sword becomes the vorpal blade. The vorpal blade is more than just a weapon. It's a symbol of Alice's newfound strength. It represents her ability to face her fears, to take control of her destiny. When Alice wields the vorpal blade, she's not just fighting a monster, she's asserting her own power, her own agency in the face of chaos. But the vorpal blade isn't magical on its own. Its power comes from Alice, from her belief in herself, from her willingness to face the unknown. This is an important lesson. Section 5. Facing the Jabberwock, Alice's ultimate test. The moment Alice faces the Jabberwock is the climax of her journey. It's the point where everything she's learned is put to the test. Alice, S1. The Jabberwock is no longer just a creature in a poem. It's real, it's terrifying, and I must face it alone. This confrontation is about more than just slaying a monster. It's about Alice proving to herself that she's grown, that she's capable of overcoming her fears. Jabberwock, S2. I represent everything that once scared her about Wonderland, my nonsensical nature, my unpredictability, my danger. As Alice faces the Jabberwock, we see how far she's come. She doesn't run, she doesn't cry. Section 6. The Jabberwock in literature versus film. The Jabberwock's depiction varies greatly between Carroll's original work and later adaptations, showcasing the creative liberties taken by filmmakers. In the book, the Jabberwock is never actually seen, leaving much to the imagination. It exists only in the poem, a figment of the protagonist's imagination. This allows readers to imagine the creature for themselves, filling in the gaps with their own fears and creativity. It becomes whatever they fear most, a true embodiment of personal terror. This ambiguity is part of what makes the Jabberwock so effective as a literary device, allowing it to be a universal symbol of fear. Movie critic S4. In film adaptations, however, the Jabberwock must be given physical form. This presents a significant challenge for filmmakers. How do you depict a creature that's meant to be indescribable? Different filmmakers have tackled this in various creative ways. Some stay close to John Tenniel's original illustrations, preserving the classic look. Others create entirely new designs, reimagining the creature for modern audiences. Tim Burton's 2010 adaptation of Alice in Wonderland offers one of the most memorable depictions of the Jabberwock, blending horror and fantasy. In this version, the creature is a massive dragon-like beast, towering over the characters. It has wings, scales, and a long serpentine neck, making it a truly formidable foe on screen. Section 7. The Battle Scene, a Cinematic Spectacle. In film adaptations, the battle between Alice and the Jabberwock becomes a central set piece. It's a chance for filmmakers to showcase their visual effects, to create a spectacle that captures the wonder and terror of Wonderland. Movie critic S4. This is especially true in more recent adaptations where CGI allows for truly fantastical creatures and environments. The battle scene often serves as the climax of the film. It's where Alice's journey culminates, where she proves herself as a hero. Filmmakers use this scene to highlight Alice's growth, her bravery, her cleverness. The battle becomes a visual representation of Alice's internal struggle, her fight against her own fears and doubts. Movie critic S4. In these cinematic battles, the Vorpal blade often takes on magical properties. It might glow or have special powers. Section 8. Overcoming Personal Monsters. The Jabberwock isn't just a monster in a story, it's a metaphor for the challenges we all face.
The fears we must overcome, the doubts that hold us back.
In this light, Alice's battle with the Jabberwock becomes a universal tale. It's about facing our own personal monsters.
We all have our Jabberwocks. They might not be physical creatures, but they're just as real, just as terrifying.
They're the things that keep us up at night, the obstacles that seem insurmountable.
The self-doubts that whisper we're not good enough, not strong enough, not brave enough.
Alice's journey teaches us how to face these personal monsters. Section 9. The Jabberwock's Legacy in Popular Culture. The Jabberwock has left an indelible mark on popular culture, influencing a wide array of creative works. It's appeared in countless adaptations of Alice's story, from books to movies and even stage plays. But its influence extends far beyond that, reaching into various other realms of creativity. The creature has inspired artists, writers, and creators across various media, from visual arts to music and beyond. Its name has become synonymous with nonsensical monsters and overwhelming challenges, often used to symbolize the absurd. In literature, the Jabberwock has inspired numerous tributes and parodies, showcasing its lasting impact. Authors have written their own nonsense poems in the style of Jabberwocky, paying homage to Carroll's whimsical creation. The creature has appeared in fantasy novels, often as a nod to Carroll's work, enriching the genre with its presence. It's become a shorthand for the bizarre and the frightening, a symbol of the unknown and the terrifying. In the world of gaming, the Jabberwock has found new life, becoming a staple in many fantasy settings. It appears as a boss in many fantasy games, challenging players with its fearsome presence. Its name is often given to particularly difficult or nonsensical challenges, adding an extra layer of intrigue. The idea of the Vorpal sword has also been adopted by many games, symbolizing a weapon of great power. It's become a powerful weapon, capable of slaying even the most fearsome monsters, embodying the ultimate tool of victory. Section 10. Alice's Triumph, a metaphor for growing up. Alice's victory over the Jabberwock is more than just the climax of a story. It's a powerful metaphor for the process of growing up and maturing. When we're young, the world often seems nonsensical, overwhelming and confusing, full of rules and expectations we don't understand. Much like Wonderland itself, it feels chaotic. As we grow, we face challenges and obstacles. We encounter our own Jabberwocks, our own fears. These might be academic hurdles, social pressures, personal doubts and insecurities. Each challenge we overcome is like Alice defeating another Wonderland creature. We grow stronger, more confident, more sure of ourselves. The final confrontation with the Jabberwock represents that moment when we truly come into our own, embracing our identity. Section 11. Lessons from the Jabberwock, Embracing the Absurd. The Jabberwock, and Alice's journey as a whole, teach us valuable lessons about life. They show us that the world is often absurd, nonsensical, unpredictable. But this isn't something to fear. It's something to embrace, to find joy in, to learn from. Alice's adventures in Wonderland are a celebration of the bizarre. They teach us to question, to wonder, to look at the world from new angles. The Jabberwock embodies this lesson. It's a creature that doesn't make sense, that defies logic. Yet Alice faces it, understands it, overcomes it. This embrace of the absurd is a powerful life skill. It teaches us flexibility, adaptability.